People of the tube, did you ever watch those 1990s TV series that show real footage of animal attacks or other calamities? You know, the ones that always seemed to start with something like a picnic, but ended up with somebody going up in flames? It was always like, yay, family gathering with delectable home-baked goods. Meets the apocalypse. And the narrator would transition between the idyllic meal and the cataclysmic fire by saying, but then the unthinkable happened. The problem was that in a lot of those videos, there was usually somebody who was doing something that was maybe not the best application of human intelligence ever. Like, right before the guy goes up in flames, you're watching him pour fuel onto an open fire. The fact that he got burned wasn't unthinkable. I think the word you're looking for is inevitable. No, the unthinkable would have truly happened if, just as the man was squirting fuel onto an open fire, a Pegasus who happened to be flying overhead also decided to pee a fire-dousing rainbow of heart-shaped droplets, preventing the man from getting third-degree burns all over his hands and face. Or in another video, an animal trainer positions his head in the mouth of a crocodile. But then the unthinkable happened. Wait, what do you mean by, but then the unthinkable happened? Because I'm pretty sure the unthinkable already happened when a guy decided it would be okay to invade a crocodile's mouth with his head. News articles covering this story shouldn't have read, a trainer who inserted his head into the mouth of a crocodile sustains bite injuries. The articles should read, a trainer whose job it is to stick his head into the mouth of a croc on a daily basis has only been bitten one time. That's unthinkable. I'd love to do voiceovers of videos like that, but just lay it out there. Call it like it is. Okay, fine, I'll do one. A small boy in Russia is blinded by a disproportionately large poster. Inexplicably, he runs headlong into traffic. When the inevitable happens. Now I have a little game for you. First I'm going to give you a scenario, then you're going to tell me whether you think it's unthinkable or inevitable. Here's the scenario. Members of the Republican Party threaten to shut down the government if a law they don't like isn't delayed, changed, or blocked. But the president happens to like this law. In fact, he likes this law a lot, and believes it's his greatest domestic policy achievement. So it follows that the Democrats really aren't into the delay, change, or blockage of said law. In light of this, was the government shutdown unthinkable or inevitable? Called it. Click on the button you agree with and find out. Yeah, probably inevitable. So whether you agree with the Affordable Care Act or not, the Republican strategy here, what was their strategy anyway? First of all, this shutdown was led by a minority of Republican House members who apparently have minimal understanding of game theory, strategy, or human psychology. To be successful in strategy, you have to predict how your opponent is going to react to your move. The Affordable Care Act is a landmark for Obama. It's something big that he believes in that actually passed the House and Senate. You really think he's going to allow a bill challenging it to cross his desk without him striking that bill down? Yeah, he's going to take that bill, veto it, then go all origami on that bill until it looks like a V-shaped airplane. Then he's going to watch it sail off the balcony on fire, and Pegasus won't be around to stop it. Oh, and another thing. The government shutdown does not change whether or not the Affordable Care Act goes into effect. Just doesn't. Mandatory spending. So it's kind of hard for me to rationalize what might be going on, but it seems like these particular Republicans might be terrible strategists. Like they really thought the Democrats would cave to their demands, or they knew all along that the demands wouldn't be met, that they would shut down the government, and then successfully blame the Democrats for the results. You know, I hit both parties sometimes, but this is kind of like a hostage taker killing somebody, then trying to convince all the other hostages that no, it was the negotiator's fault. Not only that, but this is a really dangerous precedent. Like shutting down the government because of a law you hate that went through democratic process to become a law cannot be a viable way to run a country unless you intend on running that country into the ground. Have these Republicans thought ahead to a day when maybe Democrats might be in a position to do the same thing to a law that they don't like? We're losing billions of dollars from this shutdown. This is not a sustainable way to run things. People, strategy, think ahead, or just start by thinking. Because if they truly want this law to change, then trying to go about it in a way that alienates the American people, that's just truly unthinkable. Alright, that's all for me. People of the tube, thanks so much for watching. I don't care if you agree or disagree. This is about conversation, this is about discussion. Discuss! Feel free to comment. Don't be afraid to subscribe, and I'd love to see you next week.